What we'll do at the end is we will post the chat in our private Facebook page. So I'm going to put a link to that here in the chat as well. If you're not already on our private Facebook page for the Central Oregon Investor Network, I think you can like apply to join or whatever, and then we'll admit you. That's a great way to get the recording if you want to see that for this meeting and the prior meeting, and then the chat log as well for people's contact info.
Yeah, and finally, that QR code, if you're not on our mailing lists yet, that's the way to get on our mailing list. So that's how you get reminders for our monthly meetups, whether they're in person or online. And then we also do a weekly top picks email, which is just our picks of all the best investment category properties in the Central Oregon market. So even if you just want to keep tabs on what's going on in the Central Oregon market, it's just a great little email to get in your inbox every week. We have a lot of fun making it.
Yes, and we don't use AI for any of that. It's all
right.
That's going to change.
That's going to change.
Wish it could be AI. It would be way faster. But part of this is, giving you our candid commentary, which is so, sweet. People are putting stuff in the chat. All right, I'm gonna just keep us rolling. So, as usual, for those who have attended before and those who are new, we just go through a quick round of intros. Honestly, I think this is probably the most important part of the meeting. And then Holly will give an intro about herself, and then we'll just dive into AI marketing and some of the different use cases. And then just wanted to give you a heads up, our next meeting is going to be on March 21st, and that is designing and furnishing your STR, your short-term rental, and that will be with a local interior designer. So she'll be giving some tips and tricks on how to do it, at any budget and how to make it stand out online. So that is that. So we'll just roll right in. I try to do this alphabetically generally. So we've got, I'm going to start from the bottom because I'm usually at the bottom. Let's start with Travis. Travis, if you can't talk, we get it. Looks like you're still on mute. We'll come back to you if you come off mute. We're going to move to Taryn.
I figured I was next, being T. I was getting prepared. I am Taryn, and I am an aspiring investor. Haven't purchased a property yet, but I am hoping to be a buy and hold investor, either in Central Oregon or out of state, or probably a little bit of both. But right now, just looking for my first unicorn property and learning and networking along the way.
Sweet. I don't actually have the names of people sitting in, or, the list of people sitting in the office. So maybe we'll just do online first, and then we can go through the room. So Summer.
Hi, I'm Summer. I am still a rookie. Not sure when maybe when I buy my first property, I can change that title, but I've been learning and absorbing and networking for over a year now. And I've been finally looking at properties and talking with some different people, thanks to Sarah and Suzanne. And I just someday soon this year, I will get my first flip. I've actually been talking with some contacts that Sarah and Suzanne have shared with me as well, as far as private and hard money lending, and looking forward to working closely with Nancy. She's actually, we've kind of partnered on some things, and she wants to put my design knowledge to use as well. So we're kind of taking off in another direction, but not, separately. I'm just excited about the progress finally.
Woohoo. We're proud of you.
Thank you.
You're doing great.
Thanks, Summer.
Awesome. All right, Karen.
Hi, everybody. My name's Karen, and my partner and I are builders out of Sisters. We've got a company called Perennial Building. And we focus on building with hempcrete or hemp lime, as it's called as well. And we're in the middle of a development. It's a mixed use building in Sisters. So we're done with design and now just working on getting funding. And while we're doing that, we are actually doing a flip that we just got under contract with Suzanne and Sarah helping us out, which is great. It's out in Shoots River Woods. So we'll do a flip this year, and then hopefully we'll have the money that we need to get into the construction start in the spring of 25 out here in Sisters. So I also got my lender for this flip from this group, Merchants Mortgage, with Bob. So it's a great group to network in, and Suzanne and Sarah have been amazing. So I recommend working with them.
Thank you. That's fabulous.
So
We're
excited
excited.
for your project. It's got an awesome project going on.
Yeah, it's going to be beautiful.
Mhm.
All right, Justin Stevens.
Oh, hi guys. Yeah, Justin Stevens. I'm a investor out of Portland. I'll say new investor, but I'm embracing just the investor title. So we've got three right now. We've got three properties under contract, two with Sarah and Suzanne, and it's for a total of 8 doors in the last few months. So we're plugging away. So I'm just excited to be here, and I'm just kind of sponging up all the knowledge I can get. So thanks for having me.
Yeah.
You're a great inspiration for those that are more in like the analysis part of their journey. You're just like straight to action. So it's great. It's a good balance.
Well, we do a fair amount of analysis, but we just we do it as quickly as possible, Yeah.
Fabulous. All right, Justin Chaparro.
Hi, I'm Justin. I'm actually a new agent working in the same office with Sarah and Suzanne, and going to be starting a mentorship with them soon. I've got an Airbnb in Redmond, and this is my first meeting at this group. I'm excited to meet everybody and learn what I can.
We're glad you're here.
Thank you, Justin. Yeah.
Honest Nutri. It's a new one.
I don't see that in person.
I think maybe that orange there is my guess.
I don't know. What does it say?
Travis is back though. If Honest is not,
Okay.
Travis is just having connection issues.
I saw that. Travis, can you talk? No. Okay. Chris Watkins.
Hey y'all, I'm Chris. I am an investor and lender here in Eugene. So not Central Oregon, but I love Central Oregon and have some clients out there and love connecting with people. I have a couple of long-term rentals, a duplex short-term rental, and I'm closing on a flip on Monday. So got a few things going on, and just excited to make connections, to hear what people in other parts of the state are doing. I'm part of the local Eugene RIA group here that's very flipper centric. So it's fun to see what other people are up to and learn myself. So thanks for having me.
Thank you, Chris. And then we just had Taylor join. Taylor, welcome. We're going to put you right on the spot. We're just doing introductions. If you can come off mute, we would love to hear where you're at and where you're at in your investing journey.
I'm actually a realtor in Vancouver, BC. And currently I'm in Seattle. I'm going back and forth between Seattle and Vancouver. Just like networking with buyers or like sellers, building out my network right now. So I want to learn more in the marketing and AI space to help out my clientele. Thank you.
Excellent. You might be our most distant attendee this time.
Thank you for letting me join the meeting. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Sarah, you want to go through the folks?
Let's start with Joey.
All right. Hey, guys. Not sure if you guys can see or hear me very well, but I'll try to speak up. I'm Joey. New member of the group here. I'm based down in Sun River in the Three Rivers neighborhood. Been here about 3 years and loving it so far. I've got a rental property up in the Mountain View neighborhood that was my first primary, and when we moved last year, just held on for dear life to try to turn that into our first rental, and it's been working out pretty well so far. And I'm also a private lender. I work with CV3, which is a large non-owner occupied investment lender for investors. We do specialize in residential 1 to 4 unit, fix and flip rentals, new construction, all that good stuff. So looking forward to meeting and learning with you guys. Thanks.
Thanks, Drew.
We would love to put your contact info in the chat somehow before this all concludes, because I'm sure people's ears perk up when they hear private lenders. So.
Yeah, happy to share. Yeah.
Brooke, you want to?
Yeah. Hello. Similar situation. I'm very tiny on the screen there, but that's okay. Because Joey project my voice. I'm Brooke. Brooke Hesseltine. I've also been in Bend for about 3 years now, and I am an investor and property manager. I have 8 doors under management and ownership, and I've also started a property management company called Pink Door Properties, which is investor friendly property management. So. Thanks for letting me be here.
And I will just say, Brooke is a more unconventional type property manager. If anyone out there is looking for someone that will work with you and does not have just like fast and hard rules and regulations in terms of just like what they will and will not do, she's got some really cool ideas to work with people and make it make sense for smart investors like everyone on this meeting here. So
Brooke,
yes.
Brooke needs to reach out to me, please. Thank
Yeah, she's one I'm connecting you with, Justin. Don't worry. I can get you. Cool.
Should I go?
Oh, sorry, Dave. I'm sorry.
yeah.
I'm sorry, Dave.
Hi, folks. I'm Dave Budnick. Been in Bend 3.5 years, so a little bit more than Brooke and Joey, but love it here. And we've been investing, my wife and I, across the country for many years. We own a number of duplexes out of state and a duplex here in Redmond. And we also own a mobile home park in Mississippi, which has been kind of fun. We have 2 projects that we're pretty involved in right now. One is a charity that we started last year for housing homeless veterans in Central Oregon. And we have a house in Redmond that we use for that. We've got 5 bedrooms there. Currently, we have 3 residents, and we're meeting 2 prospective residents over there tonight. Hopefully, we'll fill the place up this week, which is really exciting. And then long-term, we'd like to put 100 people under our roofs in Central Oregon from a variety of interest groups, from not just veterans, but we're very passionate about kids aging out of foster care, people coming out of incarceration, and some of the other groups that really are looking for a way to stay in the community and be meaningful members of the community, but don't really have that bridge to affordable housing. There's so much buzz about affordable housing right now. In fact, Ben just released some grants this morning, or news about grants, but this is all focused on down payments for people who want to buy houses, but there's really very little for people that are kind of in that in-between space that can't afford to buy a house, never could maybe for another few more years, but don't need to live in a shelter anymore. And so that's our vision of providing that middle-term housing for folks. The second thing we're really excited about is we just launched the business to create an assisted living and memory care home in Bend, or actually probably Redmond, because Bend's so expensive. And we're looking at building a 10,000 square foot, 16 bedroom house focused on seniors at the end of their journey. And we're looking for architects and a contractor that's worked with an architect that has done work in the assisted living space. Haven't really found the right people yet. Also looking for lending options and investors to help us with the project. So it's a great positive cash flowing business, really strong numbers for investors, and a great service for the people that would live in the home.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm here for today.
You're always so inspiring.
Yeah.
Amazing. Cool. And then I think last but not least is just Holly. So we can jump into her.
Got one more. Sorry, Eric Sanders just joined. So we'll just give him a quick second.
Yep. You always got to give it up to Eric.
Oh, Eric's here.
Yeah.
Hey ladies, how you doing?
Excellent.
Oh, are you guys still doing intros?
Yeah. You're up.
Okay, my turn. Sorry, I had a work call before this. My name's Eric. I'm a kind of beginner intermediate level real estate investor here. I primarily focus on the short-term rental space in my own investing and property management, as well as my day job. I work for Vacasa Vacation Rental Property Management here in Central Oregon. I have a full-time vacation rental in Central Oregon, which the lovely Suzanne and Sarah helped me purchase and got us a great deal on. So that's how I got connected with you awesome people. I have a duplex that I'm house hacking in Portland, and I do some property management for some other properties. So really, really excited about the AI side of things. I do a lot with AI myself personally, and would love to leverage that to find great deals and kind of, we're all in this game to free up our time, right? And create financial independence and freedom. So any time that we get back from being smarter, working smarter rather than harder will be great. So nice to meet you all.
Thank you.
All right. Showtime?
Showtime. Go for it, Hal.
Can you hear me if I talk at this level, or do I need to bump it up? We good to go? Fantastic. I will try to keep my speech slow because I can get really excited and start talking really, really fast about this stuff. So I am Holly Lyons. I am actually a 5th generation native Oregonian. I think Summer has me beat for Bend, though. I'm up on my 9th year in Bend this year, and I think she's a native, so she's got me there. But I've lived Medford, Portland, Corvallis, Eugene. I've been all over. Really loving Bend. Really loving Bend. I have a husband and 3 kids. All my kids are, my youngest is almost 16, so I'm kind of at the end of that particular chapter. So I'm getting really interested in
Not till they're off the payroll.
next chapter.
Might stretch out a while.
And I have been interested in real estate investing for several years. In the like storage rental and pieces of asphalt that people park their toys on and people collect rent. I've always been interested in that. I thought it was completely unattainable. Really got interested in it this last year to the point where I thought I could actually maybe do this, and it can help replace a big chunk of my retirement I wasn't building when I took my 30s off to raise kids. No regrets, but it does hurt the trajectory of your real estate or your retirement accounts. So that was my reason for really going into this, was to replace that the retirement and have passive income throughout my the rest of my life and build wealth for my generational wealth. As the more and more I learned about it, the more I realized that another passion of mine is just helping out the homeless community. And I felt that I was really getting steered towards providing affordable places to live for people that are at risk for homelessness, or people already homeless. Didn't know how to do that. And then I met Dave Budnick a few months ago, and totally inspired, and now I know that it's possible. And so that is really my purpose of doing it. I had a reason, now I have a purpose. Once I was starting to get into that, I was also starting to look at wholesaling and wondering how I could do this actively. And I thought, I don't want to hang bandit signs. I don't want to do that. And I came across this AI marketing platform, and I was just instantly hooked. And for the first time in my life, I decided I wanted to be an early adopter of a technology change, just because I felt like that's where like success was for other people, in the internet and the cell phones and Facebook. The early adopters were the ones that had the success. So I jumped in with both feet, and so I'm doing my full-time W-2 job. I'm doing this on the side, and I'm trying to become a real estate investor. I'm busy. It's all good. I do feel like, though, now I've always kind of felt like a square peg in my career. And I felt like when I started meeting people in the investor space that I actually had found my people. Like everything they say, I think. So this is fun for me.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next. What is LYNCH AI? Well, let's first talk about AI just in general.
I think a lot of people, there's probably a large portion of the population that's kind of scared of it. There are a lot of people with conspiracy theories that it's going to take over and, you know, it was going to replace jobs. That might be true, but there's going to be other jobs. It needs a pilot, right? But there has to be people that drive this machine. So there's a lot of tools available now, and a lot of them are free. The last time I went and looked, I think there was like 152 free versions, depending on what you want to do. I will caution you, if you are not paying for the product, you are the product. So be careful what you put in a free product. It's going to remember it forever and ever. That's not to say the paid ones have total security, but it's going to give you much better output for your input. And it's just worth paying for something. ChatGPT 4 is $20 a month, y'all. Come on. I use it daily in my personal life, my work life. So there are other versions out there that are niched. So if you're into art and music and all of these things, if you want to write code, go buy one of those. But if you want a nice general, like a Swiss Army knife type of AI, ChatGPT 4, I can recommend that. I'm not a paid sponsor. If anybody knows how to be a paid sponsor, please contact Elon. So some of the benefits for investors is right off the bat is analyzing your profitability in certain markets or a certain strategy, analyzing cash flow in certain situations or markets. Same thing. Repair estimates. Repair estimates. That one's really hard for the newbies, right? So it can go out, especially, and I'm going to speak as if I'm talking about ChatGPT 4. I can go out and ask it to go act like a contractor in Oregon and go research how much the average cost of whatever repair it is on a particular, whatever it is. It's it's endless. It's a bottomless pit. You just ask it whatever it is you want and it will bring back an output for you. So I think we can go to the next slide.
I just had a question though on some of these things like the data analysis and these really specific things. Are you only going to get good results if you're paying for AI, or will you get the same results with a free version, but then, like you said, you're the product?
You'll get some results with a free version. I can speak specifically about ChatGPT 3.5, which is free. It cannot go out and it cannot go get you fresh information. It was loaded with information that I think expired in 2022.
Yeah.
And then that's all it knows. Whatever it knew then is only what it knows now. Right. In Chat 4, you can say, I want you to go out and research this particular thing and bring me current data, and it will bring it back to you.
So interest rates are a great example, right?
Interest rates are good. Crime data for a particular target market, rent trajectories, and we'll get into a little bit more of that in another slide.
Okay. Yeah, probably demographic data, all this stuff if you're investing.
And some of those things, you can go to Bigger Pockets and get some of that information, or you can go to PropStream and get some information, but you can also tell it to go round it all up and come back with that. It's not going to be able to log on to like your PropStream or but you can find stuff that are on the MLS as long as it's public. All right, so more investment uses. Write copy and contract language for you. If you're having difficulty in a particular area or you have a particular way you want something worded. I use that in my day-to-day work just for emails, making sure that the tone is correct for the situation that's appropriate. I'm not going to trigger somebody because I'm telling them something, you can ask it to write something in an influential tone, a motivational tone, a casual tone, anything you want, any tone you want, it can come up with it for you. It's not always going to bring back something that you are 100% on, it's going to give you a massive structure then to kind of plug your own words into. You can also, if you have a sample of your own writing, emails, something you've written up, copy, paste it, dump it into it and said, this is the way I write. I want this answer in the way I speak check the copy, check the attachment for the way I want this to sound. So
I got a great first draft for our assisted living business plan out of one of the AIs, and it was 30 pages of awesome stuff. I probably only used 10% of it. It was great ideas.
Well, and it just helps kind of, we're all kind of stuck. I mean, me personally, I use kind of the same terminology all the time, and it will help you kind of break out of that a little bit and just kind of up your writing game a little bit, just because it's showing you how you could have said that a little bit better. So
Looks like Derek's got his hand up.
Yeah.
Oh, I just wanted to comment on how much I love this. I use this in day-to-day too. Another really fun one, since it's generative and can learn, is, let's use a real estate example. Let's say you want to go after seller finance leads, right? You want to build a business about that. What I did was I'd have ChatGPT. I asked it to ask me 20 questions about my business, and you answer those questions, based on who you're looking for, what target market you're looking for, what target customer you're looking for. And then you ask it to learn from your writing style, your target customer, and then you can ask it to do anything. You're teaching it about yourself, and then you can ask it to build you an email sequence based on what it learned about your business. And let's use that business plan example. If you teach it about what you're looking to do first, it can give you much more targeted information and keep that conversation thread going. It's going to reference back to your target audience, your target customer, whatever you're trying to do. Love it.
Yeah. And that's a really good point. It does keep track of all your conversations. So I go back regularly and go back into a previous conversation to ask a follow-up question or create a Facebook post or a newsletter. Yeah, no worries. Let's see. Can help you with risk assessment. If you're wanting to, you need crime data for target market, rent introductories, liquidity information, market trends, loan interest rates. You can optimize your portfolio for risk tolerance and investment goals. Yeah, that's kind of repeating what I just said. Logo generation. I love the logo generation. I love the creative element of ChatGPT. I will say, if you want images in ChatGPT, you need to ask it to have no text because it cannot spell. So you will get this fabulous image that you love, and it'll have some wonky text in it that makes no sense. So if you really are going to be leaning into AI for image creation, that you also want it to input text, I would go with a different AI platform. Or what I do is I have it just give me the text, and then I drop that into Canva, and I use Canva's AI system to add text over my image. And if you love Canva, then that's easy to do. You could also download it to Photoshop, whatever. Depends how much time you want to waste on that. Excel analysis sheet. I put this in here because I asked it one day to give me an Excel spreadsheet of basically my own analysis. I know there's lots of calculators out there, but I wanted to create my own calculator. So to analyze deals. And so I asked it, we talked back and forth for a little bit, and I told it what I was wanting to do, and please give me an Excel analysis sheet on this. It dropped for me an Excel template that I dropped into Excel. It was asking me questions. So I basically went in and filled out all of that information, and then it directed me to copy and paste my answers back into chat, and it came up with an analysis. This is similar to what, what is the rental, the bigger pockets rental, whatever. Similar to what theirs is doing in the background. It's just, you can come up with your own, in your niche, what are the important things to you to analyze the deal? So you could tell it, well, I don't like this, and I want to analyze it by this, this, and this, and it will redo it for you, and you can do whatever you want with it. If you love Excel, I love Excel, so that's my jam. You could also do all of those things within it. So the success on this is your prompts. You can go online. There's a ton of different YouTubes on prompts. I stuck with these 5 because these were the 5 that were important to ChatGPT. This is the 5 it decided to tell me that were important to it. So clarity and specificity. You need to be specific about the output that you want. If you give it vague directions, you're going to get a vague output. So if you want a detailed analysis, you need to give it the details it would need to come up with that analysis. And you need to give it context. You need to, if it's going to be something that you're going to be using in an email or a contract, you need to tell it the specific tone you would like it to give you the output in. Purpose and intent. Are you looking for advice? Are you looking for hard data? Are you looking for something creative? Are you just brainstorming? You can tell it that you want to brainstorm and just go back and forth. You can have a conversation with it. If you're doing this on your phone, you can actually talk with it back and forth, which is creepy-ish. I actually have conversations in my kitchen with it because I will put my phone down and have my earbud in and open up my pantry and my refrigerator and say, hey, I got chicken and I got some olives, I got tomato sauce, what can I make with this? And it'll come up with something that'll talk to me.
Jeez.
You should definitely check out that feature. It even says and stutters sometimes. It's weird, but pretty cool. Where was I? I think I went off where am I at? Of course, question structure. Okay. So question structure is making sure that you're not giving it too much information at a time. Make sure your everything you put in is kind of a logical step-by-step. If you want, the best output, you want to break it down into smaller chunks. So instead of just like fire hosing information at it, give it like the first step of something you want, and then say, that's great. Give it feedback. Say, that's great. I kind of want to go in this different direction. And also, can you do this other thing as well? And just kind of break it down for you it helps you get to where you actually want to be. If you just go in there and just fire hose a whole bunch of requests at it, it's going to come back with what it thinks you want. And that goes back to kind of the vague questions. You can do that. And sometimes you'll get stuff you didn't think of and maybe a more creative direction than you had anticipated. And that might be helpful too. That would be a good brainstorming activity. Open-ended versus closed-ended questions. Let it know if you want a detailed response. Do you want a data-driven response? Do you want a creative response? And open and closed-ended would be, are you looking for the hard data? Are you looking for a concise response? Are you looking for just its advice and kind of its opinion? I always tell, when I'm going out and looking for a very specific answer, I tell it first, you are a real estate investor in Oregon, or you are an office manager in academia. These are the things I tell it. So it knows how to respond. It knows which filter to use. And the filters are totally endless. And feedback and an iteration, this one's really important. And that was part of kind of breaking down things into chunks. The first response, you should definitely give it some feedback. Say, I like this. I don't like this. I want to take this in a new direction. I want you to add that. I want you to take this out. I want you to reword that. You can go back and forth. And this is basically just you using AI to brainstorm and to hone the output that you truly want.
I got a question on that, Holly.
Yeah.
You know how when you're like in GPT, there's like different conversations that you can have?
Yeah.
Does it remember, if I were to open up a new question, like blank slate, is it still remembering all of our previous conversations, or is that a truly like a blank slate?
It is a blank slate.
Okay.
You can't like refer to another conversation.
Uh-huh.
You have to go back into that conversation.
Got it. So
But
it
it
doesn't
remembers-
know you from the previous.
Correct.
conversation.
Yeah,
Got
it doesn't cross over. The conversations are their own discrete.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Mhm. Any other questions? Okay. So that's AI on its own. So Lion's Share AI is what I kind of started in November. I found a group of folks that are doing this all over the country. And the majority of them, I would say everybody except me, is trying to help small businesses, normal small businesses advertise.
Normal as opposed to real estate
Right,
investors.
right. Like a normal revenue generating business with a service or a product, right? That's what they're all focusing on. And so as soon as I saw this, I connected investing to it because I thought this would be a great way to hang bandit signs on Facebook, right? And not have to go out and actually hang bandit signs. So my mission is to level the playing field for small businesses offering AI marketing solutions that the larger businesses are already using. But specifically, my interest is using this as a resource to help real estate investors achieve their objective and scale effectively, and also have an edge in certain markets. It might start getting more competitive, I hear. I don't know. So, yeah. So what I do is we create social media ads. The first step of this is called Ads AI. So this is kind of like a tiered system. And the first rung is Ads AI. And this is geared towards creating social media ads for leads or for traffic. So if you have a website that you're already using, you would use this system to direct traffic to your website. And then from your website, do whatever it is you do with your website. If you want to create leads, then this would stay within, originally the initial phase is over Facebook, just because that is apparently the place to advertise. But you can do this in any of the other platforms as well, or Google, YouTube. And you are collecting leads through a lead form that's attached to your ad in Facebook. And so instead of going through Facebook and creating one ad and paying for that one ad to go out, you're creating in Ads AI one ad that has multiple variations. And then it goes out into Facebook world and it tries multiple different variations of the same ad. And then it reports to you which ones are working, which ones aren't working. Your first phase of this is 7 to 10 days because it takes it that long to kind of learn the impressions and the clicks that it's getting. And then you have a report on hand, which ones are working, which ones aren't. You kill the ones that aren't working. You throw your $10 a day into the ones that are, and then collect leads.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, yeah. And yeah, Ads AI is just the beginning. The next step would be Text AI, which would be that it would reach out through text automatically to your leads. There's Voice AI, which is it's about 95% ready. There's also Management AI and Recapture AI. Recapture AI would be for folks that have a very successful website that's getting about at least 10,000 hits a month. And we just put a little, a little code on your website, and it captures 30 to 70% of contact data from the people that visit your site. Without this, you collect about 3 to 7%. So that's just another way for you to collect contact information, for you to do whatever it is you do when you get contact information on your website, whether it's leads or just contacts, or if they're applying for something. Yeah. Next. Use cases. Okay. So this, for active investors, this is actually, I'm doing this right now. I'm actually advertising right now as a wholesaler on Facebook. This image that you're seeing here are the 16 different variations that are out there testing right now. I've had this particular one going now for, I believe, 7 or 8 days. And I will tell you, there is a massive bump. Just today, I went in and looked, and there is a massive bump in the interest level of these ads. So it did take a good 7 days for it to learn. And now I'm getting lots and lots of likes and more leads. So it does really need that 7-day period to learn Facebook and learn your target market. This particular one's just reaching out to distressed homeowners. You do have to be careful in the real estate niche on Facebook, because real estate for some reason likes to pop their discriminatory policy. So this one took me a while to figure out, and I got it figured out, and it's working. So pretty
cool.
Eric's got a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt. I was just wondering, I've barely played around with Facebook ads in the past. I'm wondering, do you have any insight into how you can target that type of demographic through Facebook ads of distressed owners, and what kind of criteria you're using to target that?
So that is all in Ads AI. We determine the target market by their things that they're looking at, things that they're groups they're in. But I will tell you, this one is set to just the AI picking the target market. And it's doing a fantastic job. You can pick up to 15 different target descriptors, I guess I would call them. It can be by location, it can be by interest, it can be whatever you want. So I meet with this group of people twice a week. So this is just an ongoing learning process for all of us. And just recently we've realized that it's advantageous to have 2 different mock-ups of your ad, one where you are choosing your target market and one where you're letting just the AI figure it out. And the AI targeting is actually doing quite well. So
I have a crazy idea and question. Can you, I mean, if you have access to list building through something like Deal Machine or, what have you, could you actually like input emails and phone number, like contact information, because Facebook has all that stuff. So I wonder if like you could upload contact information where Facebook could actually target the people with accounts with that information and put that right in front of them.
That would be probably could happen in the text AI. This also is a CRM. This whole system is a CRM. So if you decided to do more than just the Ads AI, if you decided to do the whole system, you would have all of that inclusive. You can even upload your own. You can. I don't know if the right terminology is connect your current CRM, or if you'd actually have to just like drop it in, but you can have it all in one. In one spot, if you did it that way. It might take a little bit of work on the front end, but
technically you could direct target people one way or another.
Yeah. Like, and even people like that have not entered their contact information on my lead forms, but have liked the ads. I didn't know people liked ads. I have their name. I can reach out to them on Facebook.
Yeah.
So it's not.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Active investors. Okay. So we're done with that one. I would say the rest of these would be what I consider pioneering ventures. So these other ones, I haven't done this yet, and nobody else has in this group either, because they're all doing normal businesses. And so these are what I see, how I see that we could use this system for different types of investors. So for people who are looking for partners, you could advertise that you're looking for syndication partners or JV ventures. You could attract lenders. If some of those things might be better off leading traffic to your website. It just kind of depends what your strategy is. Yeah. Get out of Facebook jail. Yes. Oh my word. So Facebook jail, like I said, that is when Facebook pops you for being discriminatory somehow. And spoiler alert, the way I figured out how to get out of Facebook jail was I went to ChatGPT and I said, please go out and research what it is that Facebook doesn't want to hear from me in these ads. You have to be careful because Facebook will, I mean, you have too many rejected ads and they'll put a little mark on your account. So you don't want to make them mad too many times. So ChatGPT helped me figure out how to market my ads so that they would pass through their.
Was it just wording that you had to change?
Yeah, it was some wording, and they redid some of the images. So some of the images that we created were supposed to be inclusive, right? And it found out to be discriminatory. So it'll tell you a little pro tip. Cartoon images work really well. People like them, and Facebook doesn't hate them. So just one of the things I've noticed learning.
Good combination.
So. Yeah.
And then like your previous page, all these images are, you know, sort of illustrations.
Yeah.
Did AI come up with those? Like you just said, give me a lighthouse image or give me a shabby house image, or like how did that work?
So these were all created differently. Actually, two of them I did out of ChatGPT. The bottom one actually came out of Shutterstock, but I believe it's originally an AI image. The third one there, that one was a ChatGPT that I dropped into Canva and added my logo just to see how that would test. The Lighthouse version was all ChatGPT. I went in and I told it, I want to be this. I want it to feel like it's an option, you know, an option to get people from where they are to where they want to be, give them a fresh start. It has to do with housing. It has to, so you can't see all the images, but all of them have a house at the bottom that isn't a lighthouse, it's a real house. So we just couldn't fit them all in here. But each one of these images has a different headline and a different copy, and it's just interchanging them and seeing what people are responding to. Yeah. Passive investors. So this one and the next one are probably very similar. People with money to invest, they're hands off. I am working with a Gator right now, working on his ad campaign.
What's a Gator?
A Gator. Gators are people that are, it's short-term money. So like wholesalers that are super busy that don't have a lot of capital and they need $5,000 for EMD. Okay, so he comes along and says, you know, private money lenders, hard money lenders, I don't want to deal with $5,000. That's not worth it to them. And they need this like right now. So he says, I can give you $5,000. What is it worth to you? And so they don't work off a percentage. They don't work off of a fee generally. They do. There's sometimes a fee included in the underwriting of it. But they'll say, you know, what's it worth to you? How much are you making? Making 25 grand? Is this worth $5,000 to you? Is it worth $2,500 to you? So it's short-term transactional lending. So he is a Gator, and that is, I'm helping him with that. His competitions, they're all kind of building an organic following through multiple Facebook groups. And this gentleman has a W-2 job, and he doesn't have time for that. He doesn't have time to be on Facebook all day. And so he was looking for a quicker way and something that was going to not break the bank. So we're working with him, and hopefully we'll be getting that up running very soon. So that'll be a good case study, maybe next month. Next slide, I think. Private lenders. People who want to lend money. Again, this might, I mean, I envision this being something that you would want to drive traffic to a website that's already up and running. But you could, it depends. It depends on your strategy and how much time you have. You know, if you want to contact leads, or if you just want to be, you know, mom and pop lender, I guess. You could do it just by collecting leads through Facebook or whatever platform you choose. Kind of depends on the people that reaching out to photography studios, photographers in general, just because I used to be a photographer and I know that it can be kind of a niche that people don't always have a good advertising strategy. And so I was reaching out to them and I wasn't getting anything on Facebook, but Instagram, whole buddy. Yeah, I was getting a lot of reaction from people on Instagram because they're photographers and Instagram is photography based. So yeah, any questions about that? Again, that would be a pioneering venture because as far as I know, it hasn't been done yet. I have seen on Facebook people posting things that are like, we buy ugly houses. So there are some people doing it, but that was my 35 minutes. So now I get to talk really fast. Well, we have a demo, I think, so we need to probably do that. And not sure, the volume might need to crank your volume on it. This is just a really quick overview of the ads I've created.
Hi, this is Holly from LYNCH AI Marketing, and I'm going to show you what it's like to set up your first ad campaign once we get into Ads AI. Now, at this point, you've already set up your Facebook business account, and because this is just a demo, our ad mockup will continue to say LYNCH AI Marketing, but if this were your business, it would have your business and your Facebook name right here. I just grabbed the OregonRoofGuys.com from our website because we're going to pretend that we're a roofing company that wants to advertise locally. For targeting, I'm just going to let AI do the targeting, but you can choose up to 15 different interests, behaviors, and demographics if you really want to sub-niche your targets. And I've also decided that I'd like to target people 50 miles in a 50-mile radius of Bend, Oregon. I've also, in this system, added 4 different images. 2 of these I grabbed from Shutterstock. 2 of these were created in ChatGPT. All of that is available within AI. You can add your own images if you like, grab them off Instagram, Facebook, the web. Choose your language, plug in just a bit about what you do and the name of it. And that's about the hardest work you have. I'm going to generate description. This is going to be copy that's used in your ad. If you don't like it, you can regenerate it. Or you can go in and just edit what is already there. Now, we're going to click Generate Content and let Ads AI create for you 4 different sets of copy, 4 different headlines. Here we are. I didn't speed up the video. It was just that fast. So you've got 4 sets of primary text for your advertisements, all editable. If you don't like them, we can edit them to your liking. We can also copy and paste these into ChatGPT and make them longer, shorter, in a different tone, whatever you like. You also get 4 different headlines. Once again, you can edit any of these, delete them, maybe only want 1 headline, that's fine. All of that is customizable. Your call to action, in this particular case, our call to action is going to be learn more because we want them to fill out their contact information in our lead form and our budget. For your demo period, we suggest $10 a day for 10 days. The $100 ad spend, the service from Ads AI is free. The AI system will go out and split test your different ad combinations. You can see here, I've got 16 different ad combinations that it will go out and split test. It will figure out which ones are working the best. The ones that are not working, we'll kill those and pour your $10 a day into the ones that aren't working. And before you know it, you're going to have more leads than you know what to do with.
Awesome.
Cool. What is that Loom logo on the top left?
That was a Loom video. Yeah,
That's just how she was screen recorded.
Got it.
So is Ads AI a program that you created or was that in Facebook ads?
So Ads AI is I didn't create it. I have a license to use it.
Okay.
And then
it
license it.
It's an API with Facebook?
Okay. It's connected. Yep. So,
And so by having the license, you can provide that service to other people that want to advertise. Very cool.
And there, like I said, there's about 24 of us right now across the country doing with this particular one. I'm sure there's other ones out there, of course. But this is the one I'm with. So next, oh, is there a question?
Yep. Justin has his hand raised.
Good.
Hi. So, I'm just, I'm kind of AI illiterate, but I'm just trying to imagine how, as like a short-term property owner, like how can you leverage this to sell more nights at a higher price? Like, is that a specific use of this system?
It could be.
Yeah.
It could be. We would be making it up as we go along. We would do it. We would figure it out for you.
I mean, that's my product, right? Is nights of rent. So,
Eric,
So you could target ads around events that are happening. You could create things that are happening on, Visit Bend website to that with all that content, and find what's what in town and drive.
Right.
For your particular, for short-term rental, I can see you offering a discount or some other perk. The folks that are using this system for just normal, quote unquote, normal businesses, they're highly recommending that you offer a discount or a coupon or something free to get people to be interested in your ad, because that tests really well. So maybe it's 10% off the first night. I mean, it doesn't have to be huge.
Right. Yeah, discounts for direct booking. Sorry, Eric.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, there's tons of ways you could do this, Justin. I mean, and you could also niche down with what you're filtering by people who, frequently check in the city that your short-term rental is in, or you could do weekly, monthly discounts. You could filter by remote travel and try and capture like a specific type of traveler. Maybe you want to focus on 30-day plus stays, to just fill up your place. You could target, like tech employees who tend to travel a lot. I'm sure there's tons of filter criteria through Facebook you could use that for.
Yeah. I will say, I mean, the possibilities are so endless right now. I've been doing this since November, I think, just drinking from a fire hose, and it's evolving so quickly. And I feel like I've been given a Lamborghini and I'm stuck in first gear, right? So, but I wanted other people to get in the Lamborghini with me so we can all kind of learn this together. It's an amazing resource. That's how we need to look at this, because that's what it is. And so I want people to, I'm hoping that people are just their brains are spinning right now with all the different ways they can use AI in general.
Very cool.
Yes.
Oh.
Any other?
I gotta jump.
Yeah.
Thank
Cool.
you guys
Thanks,
so much.
Joey.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you guys. Gotta get the little
Bye.
girl.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone.
Thanks
there.
for coming
See you
in,
next time.
Joey. Bye.
See you guys.
I know we're over time.
Yeah, I threw my contact info on the sign up form. So
Cool. And we'll make
chat.
sure it's in the chat.
Awesome.
Thank you, Joey.
If anyone else needs to jump, we got you. We'll post this in our Facebook page and such, but
And I think we pretty much touched on all of that.
okay. So let's just talk about this for people that are interested in knowing, like, how do you do this? And Travis, I'll repaste Holly's info in the chat for you. Okay, go ahead, Holly.
Yeah, so just the first stage of this, which is the Ads AI, the first 10 days of the service is absolutely free, and we just ask that you spend $100 to Facebook. That's Facebook money. $10 a day for 10 days, just so that you can let the algorithms work over that 7 days and then really see the bump over 8, 9 days, 8, 9, and 10. And if you decide to continue after that, there's so many different ways that we can go about this. You can just stick with Ads AI, or you can take advantage of the other systems, which are text AI and voice AI and all the other things that I mentioned earlier. When you're going through your demo period, we'll actually drop you different videos about those different options. So you'll know more about them. At the end of your 10-day period, we'll have a conversation. You'll tell me you liked this, you hated that. We'll build a system for you and figure out what makes sense to you as far as going forward with your investment goals in this system. And so the initial advertisement setup is a $249 one-time fee plus your ad spend. And then with just Ads AI, it would be $149 to access that system. And you would, with the $249 fee, it would show you how to use this system. And then I'd hand it to you and you pay $149 a month to have this system at your fingertips. That's just if you just want the Ads AI. But some people don't want to do that. They want to do part of it or they want to do none of it. So these are all things that we would discuss with you, how much hands-on you want to be with this, and we would come up with a proposal of what works for you. Where do you want your revenue to be? Where are you now? What's that gap? How much are you willing to spend to max out? Yeah, I think I got all of that on there. Yeah. Any other questions? Everybody's wheels turning, I hope.
Definitely.
That's great. Thank you. Cool. Any other unanswered questions in the chat?
I don't think so. Let's see. I just put Joey's contact info.
Oh, thank you. I was trying to look for it, but I couldn't find it. Okay. Thank you.
Travis asked, which CRM system does it use?
It's its own CRM.
Okay.
Yeah.
Someone with CRM, could they like export and upload to their own, like in a CSV file or something?
Yeah, that's what I was talking with Sarah earlier, that you can grab all of that and dump it. You would basically be changing over, I guess, your CRM. I don't think.
Or just yeah, exactly. Or you just for this purpose upload all your contacts to that particular one. But yeah.
Especially if you have the text AI.
Yeah.
And then you can just tell it to go start texting these people and
yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
The gears are turning.
I know.
Yeah. Every time I talk about it, I think of something else. I'm like, oh, I gotta go and do that. Or I'll be sitting there wondering about something. And I'm like, why am I not plugging this into ChatGPT? Like with Doi. It's nice to have this resource. The internet was like a huge game changer, you know, but now you have something that can go out and surf all of the internet and bring you back a response that doesn't take you sitting there at, you know, all night looking through every single site, every different set of information. I've used it for finding the best time to fly to, like flights. Like one of the best times to fly, I'm going to Washington, D.C. in April. And so I went on there and tried to figure out what's the best way to go about this, best airline, shortest travel. Yeah, you can find that on a whole bunch of different websites where you can just have ChatGPT go find it. Again, you have to have the paid version because the free one cannot give you current information.
We got two hands raised. Honest Nutri. Tell us who you are.
Hi, sorry, I was in the middle of something, so I couldn't introduce myself. I'm Isabel, and I manage about 60 doors right now. And I was just wondering, I couldn't find Ads AI on Google. Is it something that's available publicly?
It is available through the people that have licenses. So my licenses, it's licensed under LYNCH AI Marketing.
I see. So we can't really look for this on Google?
Not Ads AI by itself that I know of.
I see. Okay. Thank you.
And Eric, you had a question?
Yeah, I mean, my gears are just turning here. I think like aside from, well, its purpose can be incredibly helpful for lead generation, right? Because like as real estate investors, the worst part of this is weeding through all the phone calls and the meetings of people who aren't interested in what we're doing to find the ones who are, that we can actually help in a win-win situation. Plugging your company name there, Holly. But you know, I even think from the real estate side, ladies, like Suzanne and Sarah, this could be huge for building an email list of like the value you're already providing for people too, to just capture emails. You could offer like a freebie in these ads, right? Like get our free Central Oregon marketing report, and then they add their name and email, and you can just connect with so many more people than you would have had time for in person. And email lists convert incredibly well no matter what our businesses are, right? So this is super exciting. Holly, thanks for sharing all of this.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. And yeah, just as a reminder, again, in the chat right now, just make sure that you've clicked the Facebook to join the Facebook page, because this will all be up there to rewatch if you want it, and have everyone else's contact information there ready to go if you missed it. But thank you guys for joining us.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was awesome.
Good to see everyone.
Always. All right, I'm going to shut this down. Okay, bye, everyone.
Bye, Sue. See you in the next meeting.
That was neat. Side hustle.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's one thing I think all of us have in common is a lot going on, right? You know, that's another reason why we can all relate and you know, really feel comfortable with each other too. You know, we're all just crazy people doing a million things. But
Yeah. Yeah, and I will tell you, like, I've gone on and asked it to help me as far as like my time efficiency. So I don't have